With Universe 6's most powerful warrior now having to be eliminated, Universe 6 begins to take charge as Cabba takes initiative in trying to lead Universe 6 to victory, as right now we're going to be diving into the Dragon Ball Super episode 112 preview to further analyze and break down the events coming involving Vegeta, Cabba, and several others. And again, if you guys are new to this channel and love Dragon Ball, don't forget to go on ahead and punch that subscribe button and enable all notifications, that way you guys can be notified whenever a Dragon Ball video is posted onto this channel in conjunction to news, information, leaks, and updates. Hashtag notification squad. As we go on ahead and begin with the opening shot, that having to feature Mona, and it looks like Mona is going to be giving Cabba and several other fighters a very difficult time, as Goku says, "Hey, it's me, Goku." And personally for me, I really don't have any faith in this character, so I don't really expect much to happen. But either way, as we transition forward, we get to see Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and an injured Goku side by side, as the narration says the Universe 4 warrior Mona grows and starts on a rampage of destruction. Now what's interesting to note is Goku is not in any sort of transformed state, which kind of goes to show and tells me that I don't think we're going to be seeing Goku in combat going into next week's episode. However, Vegeta on the other hand is going to have a major role in next week's episode, not just for himself, involving himself as a character, but also the assistance of several other people involving Cabba and the Universe 6 warriors. But this right here just goes to show me that I don't think Goku is going to be involved in any sort of combat-like scenario. Maybe Goku's just going to get his body in motion before he can rejuvenate and pretty much gather himself together before fighting Jiren. But in next week's episode, this just goes to show that Vegeta is going to be the primary one in action, while Goku sits back and recuperates. Now as we move forward in the preview, we have ourselves a glimpse of one of the Universe 6 Namekians seemingly enough in action. Now I don't know how relative these Namekians are compared to Piccolo, if in fact they are stronger or weaker than him, but in fact we have ourselves a very interesting shot of this particular Namekian having to throw down with Gohan. So as you guys can see, the next image, it looks like Gohan pretty much catches the Namekian's attack in hand, as we go into the next shot here with Piccolo having to seemingly enough be behind Gohan, as Piccolo fires off a ferocious shot which sends the Namekian off flying out in the distance. Now again, we don't know for certain what these Namekians have to offer. Hopefully enough they don't get fodderized in next week's episode, but instead they actually remain long enough for Universe 6 to be credible in this tournament. So hopefully enough we are going to be seeing Gohan and Piccolo in action against these Namekians, as it was already further established in Dragon Ball Super episode 111 once they made their debut. As we carry on into the next shot here, which I don't really know what's happening with Kurtella. He doesn't seem to be angry or nervous, but instead he looks like he's up to some kind of a devious plan. So maybe we're gonna have ourselves a glimpse of the hidden Universe 4 warriors in next week's episode, and to be honest, hopefully enough that is the case, as we go into the next shot here with Vegeta seemingly enough having to stick his hand out and assumingly attacking somebody. As it says, Vegeta and Cabba stand to face this powerful enemy, which I'm taking and assuming it's going to be Mona, because they're building the Universe 2 and 3 fighters up right now as being the only credible ones left aside from Universe number 11's Jiren, Toppo, and Dispo, as we understand based on Dragon Ball Super episode 111 that Jiren deems everyone else not to be worthy, as he's now going to send off Toppo and Dispo to take care of the rest, as he was the one to take care of two of the strongest fighters. So Vegeta here seemingly enough seems to be blasting someone, as you guys can see here in this next shot. I don't have any faith in the Universe 2 or 3 fighters. I do firmly believe that Universe 4, 3, and 2 are in grave danger, as is Universe 6, but Universe 6 for the next couple of episodes are going to be made to look as if they are in grave danger, as we carry on into the next shot here, and it says here, show the power of the warrior race. So seemingly enough, Vegeta is going to take initiative with Cabba in combating Mona and several others. Again, I really don't like this design. I think it's pretty much useless compared to Vegeta. Even though I do believe that Vegeta will not go all in from the start, it's safe to say that maybe Cabba will, as we transition into the next shot here, as we have Vegeta kicking Cabba square in the gut. Now this reminds me personally of the events that have transpired during the Champa tournament, as Vegeta punched Cabba in the stomach and telling him to always remember that pain. So perhaps maybe Vegeta at this given point has realized that possibly Cabba has not improved since that time, and of course is very upset by that. As you guys can see in the next image, Cabba is down on the ground, there's spit and sweat all over the ground. Cabba seems to be in danger, but Vegeta is not taking any initiative in trying to ring him out, but more or less trying to teach Cabba the ways of how to be a true Saiyan and carrying out the Saiyan pride. Now as you can see in the next image here, Cabba looks to be very battle damaged. Now that's only making the assumption that he's going to be fighting Mona and the other Universe 4, 3, and 2 fighters, but at the same time, as strong as Cabba was during the Champa arc and having to follow many years after, I really don't see as to why Cabba is seemingly enough struggling against such opponents. But we also get to see here in this next image that Cabba is on the offensive in fighting off a few warriors by himself. Now there are certain things I will note in the idea that this episode is going to be centered around Cabba and Vegeta, sort of like having a master and pupil moment, as Vegeta is going to be trying to study and analyze Cabba further to see how much he's improved. But either way, we get to see Cabba in this next shot here throw down with whoever he is up against in this scene here, as of course you can also notice that he is not a Super Saiyan, so perhaps maybe Cabba at this very point isn't really trying too hard. But either way, one of the best shots, I think in my opinion, from this overall preview is the very end, as we get to see Frieza holding onto Cabba's face. Now the reason why this is important is, number one, Frieza hates the Saiyans. Number two, Frieza had killed all the Saiyans in Universe 7 by destroying planet Vegeta. Number three, if not killing your own teammates, why not target other people that are Saiyans as well? Now this is going to be a huge turning point in the overall tournament, because as of right now the question lingers, is Vegeta going to save Cabba from Frieza, and is there going to be some sort of altercation between Frieza and Vegeta? As we understand, Frieza hates Vegeta and Vegeta hates Frieza. Is there going to be tension between Universe 7 teammates with Frieza and Vegeta fighting just because Frieza is strangulating and pretty much torturing another fellow Saiyan? At this very point in the tournament, it's kill or be killed, it's universe versus universe, so I don't really see why Vegeta has any need or care to help someone else from another universe, especially if you realize that your own universe is at jeopardy. I don't blame Frieza for this at all, but the question lingers, what is Vegeta's role once Cabba comes across Frieza? Is there going to be a moment of revelation to where Frieza is going to turn on Vegeta and Vegeta is going to fight Frieza, or are we going to see the elimination of Cabba by the hands of Frieza? As by the end of it all, we get to see Vegeta grasping Cabba by the hand and not letting him fall off the ledge. Now of course, if you guys can look very closely, Cabba is not hanging by the literal edge of the ring, but instead just a cliff, just a little rock that's there on the tournament stage. So in case some of you guys are wondering that Cabba may actually fall off of the ring, that's not the case at all. But it's actually kind of cool to see Vegeta hold on to Cabba and showing how much he cares for the kid by displaying painful physical contact to remind Cabba where he comes from in terms of his Saiyan lineage and his pride, to remind him why he's fighting, as dated back to the Champa arc. Vegeta even said, perhaps maybe one day I would like for you to surpass me, as we go into the final credits of the overall preview, as it says a Saiyans Vow, Vegeta's resolution. So we see Cabba here, he is hurt, but he is seemingly enough happy that Vegeta is here, that he's helping him. Again, I don't get why Vegeta is disregarding his own universe just to save and help out Cabba, especially if Cabba is from a different universe, of course. But perhaps maybe one day they are going to set up for a story to where Vegeta has more of an interaction with Cabba as we transition past the Tournament of Power. But I would like to know what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. What are your overall thoughts on Frieza and Cabba's interaction? What are your thoughts on Vegeta continuously saving Cabba from disaster? What are your overall thoughts going into next week's episode? Post your comments down down below, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to go on ahead and punch that subscribe button, guys, alongside enabling all notifications to be notified whenever a Dragon Ball video is posted onto this channel. What are your overall expectations and predictions going into episode 112? We understand that the Saiyans are going to be prominently involved going into episode 113 and 114, but I would like to know from you guys as to where you stand with the Universe 6 fighters, especially now that the Top Gun hit has been eliminated by Jiren. Thank you all so very much for watching, guys. Once again, tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.